Tomatoes, okay? He buys all these tomatoes and all the ingredients, and he has to buy several hundred glass jars, and he has to get the labels made up with the photo on it and the nutrition information, and list all the ingredients. He has to hire somebody to make up hundreds of jars of this pasta sauce. And if you look at what it says on the label, it says best sauce in town. And you know what? It's true. In fact, one of our members of the Die Lot, Brandon Cerrito, a couple of years ago, he says, I keep hearing about Uncle Billy's. I want to try it. So he orders a case of it. The next day, he says, oh my word, this stuff is so good. I want it for breaking. I want it for lunch. I want it for dinner. The next day, he says, hey, Die Lot members, I think everybody should buy a case of Uncle Billy's. And when you do a job for a high-profile customer, give them a jar to say thank you. A couple of other people ordered some as well. They said the same thing. They're like, wow, this stuff's really good. So Uncle Billy's got this incredible sauce. He makes up hundreds of jars of it. And they all sit in storage in a room in his house. Because he has no idea how to sell it. No idea how to market it. And it truly is the best sauce in town. I've never had a better pasta sauce. But it all sits in storage because the guy has no idea how to market it. A couple of years ago, I was doing a class in Kansas City. I told the class, I said, Uncle Billy never even goes on his Facebook page to update the page. And somebody said, apparently not. The page was full of porn. So I said, well, I looked at it, sure enough. So I'm, excuse me, and I'm like, dude, you might want to check your page, okay? Never updates the page, yet he has this amazing product, which you guys now have. I don't want to see you go down the same road as Uncle Billy. So I'm going to share with you some secrets. I'm going to share with you the things that we have done to get us in the position that we're at. Because pretty much anywhere in the world, Australia, anywhere in America, Canada, Dubai, if you do a search for carpet dyeing, bleach spot repair, we usually come up number one. If not number one, we're in the top 3. And people are like, what do you provide services here in Australia? Do you work in Dubai? I'm like, no. But what we've done with our marketing to get us to that position, I'm going to share with you exactly what we've done so that you can get us to that position. Get yourselves to that position. And if you bump us from number 1, good on you, mate. Okay? I would love that. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the one that I feel is the most powerful and the most effective means of marketing that exists today. And that is,
social media.
How did you find me?
Google.
Google, okay. Facebook. Ching, ching, ching. Number 1, social media. We're going to start with social media. Social media is absolutely, hands down, the most powerful means of getting the word out that exists today. And it's free. Absolutely free. I can take a video of you guys saying bleach stains. I never do that. And I post it on my business page. And the next day, it'll show me the stats. It'll say, your video has been viewed 40,000 times overnight. It's crazy, the reach that Facebook has, okay? So for starters, you need to have a Facebook page. Yep, nobody ever writes that down because they're like, well, I already have a Facebook page. No, you need to have a business Facebook page. Nope, nobody's writing it down because I already have a business Facebook page. No. You need a designated Facebook page for this business. Now I see some people writing it down. That's what I like. Doesn't take much to make me happy. You need a designated Facebook page for this business. And ultimately, you need a designated website, which I'll explain why in just a moment. You need a special website for this business and a special Facebook page for this business that is separate from the business that you have now. So on Wednesday, Wednesday I asked you, what services do you provide? And raise your hand if you provide carpet cleaning services. Keep your hand up if you provide tile and grout. Keep your hand up if you do mattress cleaning. Okay? Most of the hands are still up. Keep your hand up if you do any pressure washing. Okay? Still some hands up. Okay. So keep your hand up if you do mold. Okay? Still some hands up. Okay? Nothing wrong with that. Some of you do carpet stretching, installation. Yeah. All right, you can put your hands down now. I'm really proud of you. Okay? Nothing wrong with that. But let me explain something. If somebody has a $30,000 or $40,000 Persian rug, they're not interested in sending it to somebody who says, we do carpet cleaning, we do mattress cleaning, we clean air ducts, we do tile and grout, we do pressure washing, hardwood floors, we do mold. They want a specialist. They want to deal with a specialist. It's kind of like if you need a heart procedure. If you need a heart procedure, you want to go to a specialist. That would be like going to a dentist who says, oh, we do cleanings, we do extractions, we do root canals, we do fillings, oh, and we do some heart procedures on the side as well. You don't want to go there. You want to deal with a specialist. It's exactly the same when it comes to color repair. People would much rather deal with a color specialist. And that's why you need a designated Facebook page and ultimately a designated website.
Would you then also have a separate phone number for that?
You could,
because, you know,
or even a separate ringtone or whatever. You can get a Google number for free, a separate phone number. Good question.
Because I'm going to answer clean cut carpet cleaning, not clean cut spot fucking dying, whatever, you know.
Yep. By identifying yourself as a specialist, I think it's an excellent idea. I think it's a good idea. Separate this business from what you're doing now. For a couple of reasons. It identifies you as a specialist. Here's an interesting idea. It also now gives you two separate businesses that you can sell. Instead of selling one business, now you own two businesses that you can sell. Both will have value. You got what's on there? How much you want for that, Jack? Yeah, that's great. That's great. Two separate businesses. And then the fun part, you get to choose a name for the new business. You can call it Bleach Stain Specialist, okay? Or whatever you choose, okay? A separate name. Now, there's nothing wrong with adding this service to your existing business, okay?
But keep it separate.
Gym cleaning, okay? You could, whatever. On your website, on your Facebook page, by all means, add this to that. Add it to your Facebook business page. Add it to your website. But consider seriously creating a separate page and a separate website for identifying you as a specialist.
Would you share that page on your existing page?
You can link them together. The more you're linked, the more exposure you're going to get.
Yeah. So that, because I'll still know it's running under the same umbrella, just different branches.
Yeah,
right?
because if you have it on both, you're doubling your exposure.
Yeah.
You know, the more exposure you get, the better. Okay.
But then you don't want the same content on both websites or Google.
Yeah, they don't like it.
Let's talk briefly about websites. Some of you, and I fully realize right now you're putting out money for this course, okay? You're putting out some significant money. You're not ready to go out and spend money having a brand new website made. Put it into your business plan so that you have it in writing. If you don't have a business plan, if you don't have your business goals established in writing, it's not going to happen.
That's right.
It's not going to happen. I get a lot of people that say, Chris, you're so lucky. You get to travel the world and meet all these wonderful Australian people. Nothing lucky about it. Years ago, I identified what I wanted to do, and I created a written business plan, and travel was part of it. So I made a plan, then I simply followed those steps in my business plan. That's what makes it happen. If you don't have a plan, it's not going to happen. Okay? So, eventually having a website, when you're ready to have a separate website, write this name down, please. There's a gentleman who's in the dialogue. Some of you have come across his name because he's a member of pretty much all of the carpet and rug groups on Facebook, which is smart. His name is Akash, spelled A-K-A-S-H. And he's in the dialogue. He's a member of the dialogue. He's one of the very few people that I have allowed to be in the dye lot. He's never taken the training. I've never met him. The reason I let him in there is he's offering something that can be of tremendous benefit to you. And that is, he can make you a very nice website for a very reasonable price. He does offer discounted pricing to members of the dye lot. I have told Akash, you are welcome to post an advertisement once a week. And I told him you are not permitted to privately message any of the members of the dye lot, so he's not going to harass you. Okay? Akash, he lives in India. He's very good at what he does. I do not receive any commissions from him if he does a website for you, but again, I believe that the quality of what he's offering can be of tremendous benefit to you, so I permitted him in the dye lot. Now, some of you are like, well, I already have my own web guy. That's fine, but I want you to think about something. If you have your web guy make you a dye website, your web guy doesn't know the first thing about this industry. You will end up having to do all of the work because you have to provide him with all of the writing, all of the verbiage, all of the information, all of the warranties, the guarantees, frequently asked questions. Your web guy knows nothing about dyeing. Akash has done many, many websites for members of the dye lot, and he's in the dye lot, he reads all the posts, so he already understands the industry. That's huge. He's also very good at SEO, search engine optimization, because as you probably know, you could have the best looking website in the world, but if nobody finds it, it's not going to help you. Akash knows how to do the SEO to get you highly ranked for Google organic searches. Okay, so if you're interested in getting a quote from Akash, you can either post in the dye lot or do a search for him and make a comment, hey bro, what do you got to offer? Or send him a private message. He's very responsive. Okay? He should not be pushy to you at all. If he is, you let me know and I'll put him in his place. Okay? Nice guy. Okay, so Facebook and websites. What kinds of information? You tell me. What kinds of stuff do you put on a Facebook page? Before and after. Ah, shoot. Problem is you don't have any before and afters. You haven't done any jobs yet. Well, I got some good news for you. We have thousands of before and after photos on our Colourful Carpets Facebook page, and you're welcome to use them. That gives you an instant portfolio to show people, here's an example of bleach spot repair. Here's an example of a Persian rug color restoration. Here's an example of a color clean. Here's an example of a full room dye. However, if you use our photos, please listen, you are required to state photos used by permission of Colourful Carpets. You cannot use the photos and depict them as your own work. And I'm just enough of a schmuck that just about once a month I scan the entire internet and all of Facebook. It's very easy for me to find when our photos are being used. I will check to make sure that proper credentials have been listed. If not, I'm going to message you and say, you need to either list the proper credits or remove the photos.